Okay, now the clown. So we struggled a little bit with communication today, unfortunately. Now, just to note that this piece of music here, and you've had pieces of music that do this before, doesn't start on the first beat of the bar. Okay, the first beat of the bar is there. This is the last two semiquavers. So that's the last half count of the 2/4 bar. Okay, so at the beginning we're counting 1 and 2, play on that and count. All right, now because of that, most of the other phrases, I'm going to call them phrases, will also start with 2 little semiquavers. You can see that all the way through the music. Okay, all right, some of the phrases are long and some of them are only very short, but it follows that same pattern as it sets it up from the beginning. And also, if you follow the slur markings, which you know what they look like, that groups the notes together in little groups. So this is a group of 3, and this one is a group of 7. And that's where we were getting a bit confused today, trying to play some of the newer music down here, because that group of 7 starts with the 2 upbeat notes, just like it does at the beginning. All right, so those 2 notes, if you look at the slur is sort of extended to join onto there. If the music was written in one long sheet all the way along, then that curved line would extend the whole of the 7 notes, but it has to be split between 2 lines, unfortunately. So you have to see that the slur there goes beyond that note, so it's really joined on to that next curved line, and that then finishes on that staccato A flat. So that is 7 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's what I was trying to get you to play, those 7 notes. And then the next 7 notes start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you can see there, because the curved line covers all 7 notes there. So that's how the music is constructed, if you like. Okay, into little blocks of phrased notes together. But if the music starts with an upbeat, as we call it, or an anacrusis, as its proper name is, not on the first beat, often the phrases will start in exactly the same manner. All right, so you can see that in this music all over the place. Okay, so little lecture over there. All right, and we're going to go from the beginning. So the left hand, we're trying to just extend the hand down to the octave without moving the thumb too far away. Now, I'm not expecting you to stretch the 2 notes because you don't need to. They are staccato, so you've got a little bit of flexibility in your hand, but what you don't want to do is jump completely, because then it's much harder to find where that thumb's supposed to be. And if you're able to do that without looking, or if you're very clever, you can keep part of your vision up on the page and part of your vision on the keyboard. Your eyes are able to do that. They're very clever. Then you can concentrate a little bit more on the right hand. Okay, and I've mentioned about just taking a little chunk of music. All right, and you'll notice that I've stopped at the end of the phrase mark there. So the next 2 notes belong to the next phrase marks, and so on. So that first little chunk again. So just get used to doing that little bit to begin with, because then it's repeated again. And it's repeated again further down the page as well. So once you've started to settle into that, you'll start to find it a lot easier. Now, I may suggest that you only do that first line, hands together, because the second line starts with a different pattern in the right hand, doesn't it? And again, you always practice including those first 2 notes there, because it's part of the next group of notes. Sorry. Okay, So I'm not going to suggest you put that hands together at the moment. Just concentrate on that first line, but do it in 2 little chunks. So if you're carrying on in bar 8, we're just doing the right hand all the way through to here, which is bar 12. Okay, so I'm starting again with the 2 upbeat notes, the C natural, and you got a little bit confused with the B flats. Now you've got to remember to use B flat again. A flat, F, and A natural. So that's as far as you need to go in the right hand. So you've got B flats all the way through this section of music, okay? It's written once there, then the bar line cancels it, so it's written there, but because it's been written within the same bar, that one automatically becomes B flat as well. Then the bar line cancels it, so it's written again afresh in the next bar, but it lasts for the whole bar, so that is B flat, and so is that one as well, okay? Then the bar line cancels it, and so it has to be written again for the next bar, and that applies to that B flat, and that one as well is also B flat. It is complicated, unfortunately, all right? You just have to remember the rule that an accidental on a note lasts for the entire bar, okay? The bar line cancels it, okay, but it lasts for the entire bar. The left hand, you can look at the left hand, but it's the same pattern as before, but using F and C instead of A and E. All right, but it's very, very similar idea. So just mainly do the right hand up to bar 12.